Hello and welcome to The One Show with Alex Jones.
And in the studio for the very first time since being confirmed as a regular presenter, Ronan is here.
I am regular. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the team. It's lovely.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously I've seen you, but, you know, officially welcome.
I know, it's lovely to be able to tell people and be official about it. It's great.
Does it feel different, the sofa?
It
Any
feels
softer?
exactly the same. I was told it was going to be covered in different colours and all. No.
Yeah, but you've signed now, so you're in.
No, well, that's it. That's it.
This is it.
There you go. Well, me, Alex and Jermaine are hoping to become a great team, fingers crossed, but we have a long way to go to catch up with our guests tonight. They're the best-known double act in telly. And soon Ant and Dec will be here to explain why they're becoming a triple act with none other than Prince Charles.
They're laughing. Plus, in a very personal film, Strictly's Amy Dowden takes us on a journey as she attempts to overcome one of her deepest fears.
And for the last few days, people have been reacting to the Line of Duty finale.
Oh, yes, yes.
Out of the 12.8 million people who watched, one disgruntled viewer even got in touch with us demanding that Watchdog investigate.
Look, here's the tweet. Last night's Line of Duty 6 was the most disappointing TV event in history. I'm doing a points of view voice.
Yes, very good.
The public demands, BBC Watchdog, that you investigate what has just happened. We want answers. I'm on series 2. Should I bother going all the way to 6
That's
now?
the thing, I'm worried
I'm going
now.
to. I just need to see it for myself.
Yeah, not sure Matt Allwright has got around to that just yet. But what is coming up tonight?
Mother of God. Tonight, hashtag in stock shocker. They say it's in stock, turns out it's not. How do Homebase and others get away with letting you down when your money's in their pocket? Festivals could be back on, but testing times may be ahead for fans who buy through secondary sellers. And teletext holiday refunds. They say they're the victims. Get away.
Thank you, Matt. But first, let's say hello to two guys who we love having on the show. They've done it all. Acting, singing, presenting, pranking, forcing celebrities to hang out in jungles and castles now. And now they're giving something back, trying to help out the next generation of TV talent.
Indeed. It is the amazing Ant and Dec.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's good to see
You're
you.
looking. Look.
Get away. Get away.
Right back at you.
Oh, I've heard some stories about you two today.
Oh, I bet you have.
Oh, yeah?
I bet you have.
Oh, lads.
He can't remember any stories about us. Every time we see him, he's blotto.
We were neighbours once, a long time ago. Right, lots to talk about tonight, but got to start with something everyone's talking about, vaccines. You both got vaccinated.
Yes.
Do you get invited together, you two, to the
No, we
vaccine
didn't
centre?
get invited.
Who went first?
I was slightly first, and then you were a little bit after me, but we put the shots together.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't Dec doing mine. That was a genuine nurse. Yeah, we're done. Oh, vaccine.
We've got the first one. We're still waiting for the second one.
Yes.
See light at the end of the tunnel. It's all good,
It
isn't
feels like we're slowly getting out of it now, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's a real relief.
Well, Ant and Dec are staying with us all night. If you've got any questions for them or comments on anything else we're chatting about tonight, get in touch in all of the usual ways.
Yes.
Keep it clean.
Yes,
keep it clean.
I'm positive.
We're going to be asking the boys all about a new scheme they're launching aimed at getting young unemployed people into the world of media.
Yes, a really worthwhile project, particularly now as we see the massive effect COVID has had on young people's education and employment. Now, I can't believe this, but nearly two-thirds of people who lost their jobs during the pandemic were just under 25.
That's crazy. It's mad. So we sent Richie Anderson to Reading to ask young people about their worries, hopes and plans for the future.
How's it been over the last year for you?
It's been really tough.
It impacted on my own health. I feel like the best years of your life are being stolen.
When I was a fresher, it was the best year of my life. I was out all the time, I'm socialising.
Exactly.
Sorry. But, right.
We do film and TV, so it's a very practical course, and we haven't been able to do anything practical.
This is the most we've seen.
Yeah, this
cameras.
is the most we've had.
Well, hopefully you get a mark for this.
Yeah. I've really struggled the last year. It's so lonely to just sit in your room day after day, not seeing anybody.
As students, we never got graduation. That was completely taken away from us.
Because I had to sacrifice the going out part, that gave me some other opportunities, so I started a YouTube channel which is growing quite well because of the whole lockdown, basically.
I imagine it's tough being out of work during COVID.
If you miss your rent, you're going to be made homeless. So imagine if I got made homeless now. I'm 18, like.
How has it been adapting to doing everything online? I mean, do you feel confident going for jobs?
Yeah,
it's hard to gauge a personality, isn't it? You kind of win or lose a job on interviews, don't you, in that experience of your face-to-face interaction with somebody.
And now your son can't even have a face-to-face job interview?
No, it's all done remotely. He applied for the police force and he had a really embarrassing moment because he had a suit and tie on but forgot that he put shorts on.
Did he get the job?
Yeah.
Maybe he's got good legs. I don't know. And what's the first thing you're going to do June the 21st, hopefully, when all this is over?
I don't know. I think we should go somewhere.
Who, we?
Nah, me and my brother.
His girlfriend's off camera. I thought he was going to say, OK, where are we going?
No.
I think I'm just going to not live with regret. Can't restrict yourself these days. I think you've got to try and get yourself out there, be motivated and do whatever you want to do.
I worry when you're going for jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
What can help you with that?
I think like industries particularly being understanding that we're not going to have all the knowledge that maybe people in the year below and the year above have.
Will you make up for it next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thanks to Richie and the good people of Reading.
Yes,
and I do think it's affected that age group nearly more than anybody else.
Yeah,
because their life has been on hold in so many different ways, hasn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
my son's 22 years of age and he's struggling to find a job now.
Yeah.
Just like that. And it's a massive problem. You two are trying to do your bit?
We are, yeah. We're launching an initiative. I always struggle with that word. A charity initiative to get young people into this amazing industry, which is the media industry.
Yeah.
So we launched that today, and it's in conjunction with the Prince's Trust. You can see there, it's not just in front of camera, it's behind the camera as well. You know, sound, lighting, cameramen. If you want to work in this amazing industry that's been brilliant to us and you guys over the years, then you can get involved and hopefully join us.
Yeah, brilliant. And, you know, if you are that age, you'd watch that and that would seem like a dream, wouldn't it? You know, it's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And that's why we wanted to do it. You know, 30 years ago when we started out, we were both given an amazing opportunity when we got part in Biker Grove, and that led to this fantastic career that we've had, and we're very, very grateful for it. But we were two quite normal, unremarkable kids from the West End of Newcastle, and we were given an opportunity. You know, we grabbed it with both hands, and we've held on for dear life on this journey. But we wanted to give kids and young people who are from similar backgrounds to us that wouldn't necessarily know how to get a foot in the door. We wanted to give them the same kind of opportunity that we got, and we wanted to pay it back a bit and give some other people an opportunity like we had.
Well, one particular man is very impressed.
Yes.
He's a big fan of yours.
Really?
It's the Prince's Trust and his founder, Prince Charles. He clearly thinks a lot of you, and he recorded this message for you.
I can think of no better duo to help drive this activity than Ant and Dec, who have enjoyed an illustrious career in the media for over 30 years. During that time, they have both followed me around. They both followed me around while filming a documentary for ITV, and have also played an incredibly generous part in our annual Prince's Trust Awards event in London. So, thank you, Ant and Dec, more than I can ever say, for all your wonderful efforts on behalf of the young people who will be supported by this project with my Prince's Trust.
I love the eyebrow. How good is that?
How cool is that?
It's the eyebrow raised, though, when he says they followed me around.
Yeah, they followed me around for a year. And he had a little kind of twitch there. That was PTSD, that was. They were there everywhere I went.
But honestly, though, to be involved in this with him, you know, we've met him on several occasions. We've been ambassadors for the Trust for over 15 years now. So we know how hard he works, how hard the Trust works for young people. And to do this today, to launch this today, is an honour for us. So thank you to him as well.
You two are like insanely successful. 13 BAFTAs, 41 National Television Awards. But how important is it to have someone to support you and help you along the way?
Oh, it's
massively.
Yeah, it's so important. You know, just people there to help and to guide you. People who've had experience and been in the industry, and you know, and we're like sponges. We take it in off so many people, and we listen. And we did that from day one back on Biker Grove. You know, to the cameraman, we're going, what are you doing that for? What does that do? Why is this?
We're probably very annoying.
We were really annoying 13-year-olds.
13-year-old kids.
We were so inquisitive all the time, and we just love this industry and what we've the career that we've had, and you know we're excited about giving the opportunity.
There's a bit to do with luck, but there's a lot to do with taking the opportunity, as you say.
Oh yeah.
And there'll be kids out there, there'll be young people out there watching this tonight who've got a passion for it, who really like TV, who love watching it, who like self-shooting already, who do stuff on socials but want to make a career of it. Well, this is the course for you.
Absolutely. We have been, as you can imagine, inundated with questions.
Oh, good.
So we're going to have a question from Tony first. Here she is.
Now, my question for you is, when producing such memorable and timeless telly, how do you retain that Ant and Dec sense of regional identity in an industry which is really London-centric?
I mean, it is a good question. But there's quite a big push now, though, isn't there? You know, to push telly out and make it more.
Well, look at us lot. Yeah. Nobody from London here, you know, 2 Geordies, an Irishman, and
we haven't lost a hint of accent.
It's like the start of a joke. But it's TV is slowly moving out of London. And I think that's a good thing, because when we started, there was lots of opportunity, more opportunity, I think, than there is now in the regions and in regional television. So we're with this course, we want to try and get people from other parts of the country to get involved. And this isn't having a go at London, because we live here and we earn our wage here, but we want to get youngsters from different parts of the country to feel like they can get involved in this industry as well.
All right.
Absolutely.
OK, here's another question from Becky.
Hi, my name's Becky Slade. I'm 18 from Nottingham Trent University studying broadcast journalism. When I leave university, I'd really like to become a presenter. However, I'm aware it's a very competitive field. How would you recommend I stand out against my competition? And if you were an employer, what qualities would you look for if you were hiring? Thank you.
Wow, she's good. 3 questions in one there.
She's very good.
She's good already.
Yeah, I would say talk quickly and get your questions out. And she's got it.
Beat yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, you've got to do things you're passionate about and you really enjoy, and that will shine through. And I think if the viewer sees you having a good time, which I think is part of the secret of our success, is that we enjoy everything we do, and, we love... I'm on telly with my best mate and I have the best time doing it. Yeah. And I think that shines through to the viewer. And I think...
Doesn't feel like work, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
They say that, don't you? Find a job that you enjoy and you'll never work a day in your life. And that's what we feel like.
So all those people out there now who will be thinking, I want to do this, how do they find out more info then?
Well, go to the Prince's Trust website,
right,
or have a look at the Prince's Trust socials, or it's on all of our social channels today, on our Twitter and Instagram and everything, and the Prince's Trust website. All the details are on there. They're making it in media course.
Brilliant.
And, fingers crossed it'll...
get involved.
You two are going to be busy.
Yeah,
you're going to be
We can't wait. We're so excited to get going with it.
Good on you.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. It's been planning for a long time.
We've been planning this for a long time.
So we're very excited.
Very proud today.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, more chat with Ant and Dec to come, and they'll be answering more of your questions as well.
But now it's Wednesday, and that means it's time for Watchdog. Here's Matt.
If you've been buying stuff off the internet over the last year, and who hasn't, then you'll probably have placed a lot of importance on the little sign that says in stock. For any number of reasons, the pandemic, Brexit and the Suez Canal being a few, you'll want to know that whatever you're buying is going to be safely delivered. But if you thought that's what in stock meant, perhaps you haven't been shopping at Homebase. It's May, a month of bank holidays, longer evenings and the first all-right barbecue of the year. One of the few places we are now able to see our friends is here in the gardens. So this summer, the garden's going to have to be ready. But hundreds of customers of DIY giant Homebase have had to put their garden upgrades on hold because the items they ordered didn't arrive, even when they paid more to guarantee delivery on a specific day, like Katie. Katie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
She paid £12.50 for delivery of a £560 hot tub, a treat for the family instead of a summer holiday.
We were given 4 different delivery dates and they didn't deliver on any of them.
If you were to sum up the experience, what would you say it was?
It really was infuriating that a company had that amount of my money. I didn't have my product.
Brian Hubbard wasn't after anything as exotic as a hot tub, just a quiet place to sit with his wife Jan. And a month later, he's still waiting. What was it you were after?
We just had the patio done and Jan said it would be nice to have a garden seat just to finish the whole thing off. And there were a number of others that I looked at which I liked, but I didn't order them because they were out of stock. And then we found one at Homebase, £280 plus £6 delivery charge, and delivered by the 16th of April.
Right, so 16th of April, what happens?
Nothing. So I phoned up the customer service department and I emailed them, but I got absolutely no response.
Despite repeated calls and messages, including a visit to his local store, Brian is still without his garden seat and his £280.
I was extremely annoyed and angry that they were offering something and then didn't do it. And the lack of total communication is appalling.
Home-based customers have told us similar tales of long waits on hold for customer services, no updates on their orders, and no sign of the goods they wanted to glam up their gardens for a long-awaited family reunion. We've had more complaints about this store than for any of its rivals, and not for the first time either. Almost a year ago, we had loads of complaints about home-based deliveries, and as a result, Homebase said they were going to grow their customer care team to cope with it. But the problem's back with a vengeance, and now loads of customers who are desperate for an explanation instead are getting not a sausage. After years of struggles and 3 owners in the last 5 years, Homebase had looked to be turning things around. The good news is business is booming. The bad? Quite a lot of customers seem unhappy. Retail analyst Claire Bailey reckons Homebase simply hasn't got its act together.
Throughout the last year, garden furniture and garden accessories have been very buoyant. So they should be better prepared, but it looks like Homebase have not invested in the proper systems, processes and training.
So if something is in stock, that means it's on the premises of a building that they own. Is that always the case?
No, it's not. It could be on a lorry somewhere, or it's actually in an accurate stock record, or it's in some other far-flung country. But when that process fails, they have a duty of care to address the customer's concerns quickly and effectively.
When we put all this to Homebase, it apologised to any customers who've had to wait longer than expected, blaming a combination of global supply chain issues and a surge in demand which put huge pressure on delivery companies across the country. Homebase says its teams have worked really hard to put this right, and it assures us its couriers have now caught up. Meanwhile, Katie's had her money back, and Brian's had a full refund, and the garden seat he waited for so long. Homebase. Message from Watchdog Shed Quarters. If you say something's in stock, you'd better be able to deliver it. If you can't deliver it, make sure that people can get through to you and find out what's going on. Do the right thing, or you will shed customers. OK, we want to hear from more of you about your hashtag in-stock shocker, paying for things marked as in-stock only to have them not arrive.
I mean, this is a shocker. I'd be so disappointed.
Yeah.
What can you do then?
One thing you can do is, when you are ordering it, specify it has to arrive on a certain date. If they accept that, it becomes part of the contract. If it doesn't arrive, it's breach of contract. You also want to play by the rule of fortnights. Now, if you order something online, most things, you've got a fortnight within which you can cancel it, no questions asked. When it drops on the mat, you've got another fortnight during which you can cancel it, no questions asked.
Okay.
When they receive it, they've got a fortnight to refund you. That's the law, a really important piece of law to remember.
Right. Wow.
Definitely.
I didn't even know that you could specify a date by which you wanted something to arrive.
If they accept that, it becomes part of the contract.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right then, we saw you now then at a Blossoms gig earlier in the week.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, he looked like he was having the time of his life, didn't you, Matt?
No mistake, I was. So was everybody there. It was just a little flavour of what the summer could be like. As always, those festival tickets for this summer have been snapped up by touts in their thousands, placed on secondary selling sites like Viagogo and StubHub. Some of them are at inflated prices. But you've got to ask, where does that leave COVID safety? Now, for years, there's been a standoff between festival organisers who say that reselling tickets is prohibited and those secondary sellers who get round this by telling buyers that tickets advertised by a third-party seller on their sites might not get them in. We music fans are stuck in the middle, possibly paying way over the odds for tickets that could leave them at the gates. Now, COVID safety means there will probably be testing before you're going and tracing after the event. The question is this: if you're buying from a secondary site, who's going to be responsible for that? My advice, if you're worried, take a look at what people have said about all the parties concerned in the past and decide who you'd rather trust with your health and safety. Festival Republic, who run Reading, Leeds, Latitude and other festivals say resale tickets do make contact tracing a lot harder. Meanwhile, Viagogo, a company we've featured many times, say they take the public health crisis very seriously and are making sure that all their customers know about COVID guidelines. Let's talk about StubHub too. They say they are eager to cooperate as health and safety measures evolve to best protect fans. They say they have the same ability to participate in contact tracing exercises as any other ticket platform, and that they are happy to work with public health officials. Ronan, how many concerts have you put on over the years? How personally do you take the responsibility to keep your fans safe?
It's paramount. I mean, the audience is everything. I mean, when the show does not go on, we've got to look after them first. So it's the most important thing that their health is looked after.
There you go. Right, finally. Teletext holidays refunds. It's been rumbling on this one like a 747 preparing for takeoff.
Well, I'm hoping that the Competition and Markets Authority are involved. I'd be very disappointed if not.
You won't be disappointed, Alex. They have announced they are preparing to take teletext holidays to court. Enough's enough, they say, on behalf of customers like Samantha, who's still waiting for her refund despite being told that teletext had the money back from the airline at the beginning of February. Now, teletext say they are extremely disappointed by the CMA's announcement, which they say seemingly ignores the reality of the challenges they face through no fault of their own.
Stop.
Yeah, teletext holidays. You are bound by the package travel regulations. The British public is not a bank to get you through hard times. Your customers are having hard times of their own. They need their money back, not your sob stories. That's why you are the recipient of the very first ever Watchdog Tiny Violin Award. You can't string us all along anymore. Cough up. Thank you.
Well,
wow,
it couldn't be more patronising, but that is a lovely tiny violin.
Play it so well.
Smallest one available.
Cheers, Matt. All right, still to come, we put your questions to Ant and Dec, but before that, many of us have used this strange past year as an opportunity to make a big change.
Yeah, whether that's swapping jobs, doing something creative, or in the case of Amy Dowden from Strictly, facing a fear. Here's her journey to overcome a phobia she's had since childhood.
Fans of Strictly Come Dancing might think that I'm full of confidence. But off screen, I have a phobia that is stopping me from living my life as I'd like to. Today, I'm on my way to face my greatest fear.
I live with a terrible fear of dogs. I avoid going to my friends' houses who have dogs. My brother has 2 dogs. I've never actually visited his home because I'm so scared.
One of the people I can't visit is my friend Hannah. Since she got her staffy, her home has been off limits for me.
My fear goes back way beyond I can remember. All I know is that my friend in school, she had a bit of her lip missing because she got bit by a dog. And then when I was older, unfortunately I got bit by a dog. And so that made my fear to a whole new level. Everything, I kind of maybe the worst happening to me from a dog actually happened.
My dog is completely so gentle. She's the most gentle dog you'll ever meet. There is no reason to be scared.
If I could be around Lily to start with and not run out of the garden, that would be an icing on the cake for me.
I desperately want to conquer my fear, so I'm taking a course with psychotherapist Zobia Janjua, who specialises in cognitive behavioural therapy, a branch of psychology that helps people deal with anxiety and distress.
So, let's go back to this ladder of your feared situations with dog. Out of 10, where's your anxiety? Where do you feel it in your body?
If I'm walking and all of a sudden there's like 2 or 3 dogs off a lead, then that's a 10 because I'm like, I don't know where to look or what to do or where to run then.
Escape. It's the fight or flight kicking in, isn't it? Yeah.
These sessions are emotionally draining as I relive my fears. Zobia first asked me to write a list why I was scared of dogs, and then a list of why dogs made good family pets. From there, I began to acknowledge my fear was irrational. But the proof will be when I try to go into Hannah's garden.
This is a challenge for you.
For me, the worst case scenario is if I can't stay in the garden or I run away.
You've got that choice to
either move away or take one step closer. Are you ready for taking that next step?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm smiling on the outside, but petrified on the inside.
Hello, Hannah. Hello, Lily.
And just come as far as you feel comfortable.
Could just feel a little tension in my thighs, my hands.
Yeah. Right now, what's your anxiety level?
About a 4. It's calming down.
It's calming down.
And I think Lily's starting to calm a little bit as well. Hello, Lily.
That's fine. She's just saying hello. Don't be surprised by the head movements. That's what dogs do.
Stroking Lily is my next challenge.
Lovely.
I definitely feel calmer. It's still there.
As I'm feeling a bit more comfortable, I'm happy for Hannah to take the lead off Lily.
If you told me a couple of weeks ago that I'd be sat here now with your dog Lily off the lead and, yeah, me being sat here talking to you, I'd be like, no way.
Well done to you. All your hard work has paid off.
I'm still nervous, but I'm really chuffed with what I've achieved today.
I definitely feel like a weight's been lifted and I can visit my friends' houses, gardens, without having that constant worry and anxiousness I'm going to come across a dog. Cheers to this!
Cheers! Well, we did speak to Amy and she said that Sophie, the therapist in that film, was really helpful. Sophie has put some more tips that can help people get over all sorts of phobias on our website.
All right, Ant and Dec are back. We've got some more viewer questions, including this one from Maddie.
Hi, I'm Maddie, I'm 20. My question is, what's the biggest challenge or learning curve you both faced during your careers and what's trying to make it into the TV industry?
So, biggest challenge or learning curve from Maddie?
Everything about telly was a challenge, especially live telly. And we were lucky that we did Saturday morning TV, so we were on air all year, every Saturday for a year, and you couldn't help but get better. You know, you're on air so much.
There's only one way, isn't it?
Yeah, there's only one way.
Because we started, we were pretty bad at the beginning.
We were awful. So, yeah, you learn on the job and you got better. And we had people helping us all along the way. But, yeah, just learning on the job was probably the best thing for us, I think.
Experience is the greatest tool, isn't it?
Yep.
Definitely. We have got tons on social as well. So Sophie says, I would like to know whether Ant and Dec, given the opportunity, would prefer to take on another career role within media, film or telly, and if so, what would it be and why? Well, you kind of do already, don't you?
Well, we've got a production company and we produce shows as well. But
I've always quite fancied being a cameraman, though. Is it as good as it looks? It's better.
He's having the time of his life over
there. He really is.
He's having the time of his life. I've always wanted to be a director who tells the cameramen what to do.
Oh, here we go.
So that's more me.
Yeah, I'll be ill that week. When you're director.
You be the cameraman and I'll boss you around.
OK.
Westy on Twitter says, if you could take part in any reality TV show yourselves, what one would you each like to take part in and why?
I'm a celebrity, get me out of it.
Oh, yeah?
Would you?
Yeah, I would. I'd love to do it. I mean, I'm never going to do it because I like hosting it too much. But out of all of them, that's the one I'd like to do.
Really? I'm really... Look, even Dec's surprised.
Yeah. Why are you surprised?
Well,
it's a right hoot.
It is for us because we're up in there and we've got heating on.
Yeah. But we've done it now. We've done the eating trial last year, didn't we?
Yeah, it was horrendous. It's the worst thing I've ever done. I would never do it.
What would you do then?
Oh, the Masked Singer.
Oh, OK.
No!
Oh.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
That would be amazing. We have to point out, we have Hayley here on camera women. Also,
yeah, exactly. Sorry,
camera operator.
This is a good one from...
My bad. Sorry, Hayley.
So
you would be a cameraman, but
hang
camera
on.
operator.
We've got 30 seconds.
Okay.
Can you do this really quickly? What did you
one.
find hardest when you first started out? Do you go 15 seconds? 15,
listening to timings,
14,
listening to
13,
timings and having to
12,
finish on
11.
time. People talking in your ear when you're trying to have a conversation and make you wrap the show. Because when you guests keep talking, it's really difficult for you to get in and finish the show.
Yeah,
just take it out, Rob.
Thanks very much. That's enough for tonight.
And Ronan will be back on Friday. It's me and Ryland tomorrow chatting to Sarah Cox. We'll see you then.
It's really difficult, isn't it?